Hello, my fans, sneak peepers, and curious friends. I'm difficult and demanding. If you want to know my real name, then hold still, and I might bring your wish to fruition. Before I begin, you can find this show in iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, Blueberry, Google Play Music, TuneIn, YouTube, and Stitcher. Now, unlike the other people in your life, I actually care about what you think, what you don't think, and what you try not to think about. Welcome to the Difficult and Demanding Show. I'm real, uncensored, unconventional, and shoot straight between the eyes. My show is outrageously honest with a keenly witty view into life. Yes, I said life. That's what we do every single day. We are living life. Well, some of us at least. I'm going to provide laughter, shock, while touching your inner being. Maybe your body if you're lucky. Why do I call myself difficult and demanding? Well, first, because I can. 2, because I'm not supposed to. 3, this is the most important point. It only means something if I give life to it. So, I'm going to slowly unveil you to you and give you a new life to live. Difficult and demanding is going to liberate every part of your being and maybe your body. I, your host Tara, am keeping it authentic, intriguing, and provocative. If you have entered my world, then be honest with yourself about it. You want to be here, and you know I want you here. Hello, everyone. I hope you're truly doing well. I hope you're not bored out of your mind. So I want to go ahead and get started about what I want to talk about today. And the first question, or maybe the only question I have to ask you is, do you like what you see? Do you like what you see? Now, automatically, most of us start thinking about things that are outside of ourselves, external to ourselves. And a good number of us will be thinking about other people and not even paying attention to ourselves because, we like to focus our attention on others and not ourselves. So I'm going to address each one of those. So I asked you, do you like what you see? So let's go with the first natural human response. You're going to start looking around at the people, the places, and the things around you. Do you like what you see? Do you like how it makes you feel? Or did you used to like what you see? And did you used to like how it made you feel? Because if you no longer like it, which means you no longer love it, I'm asking you, what is it still doing in your presence? It's a simple but complicated question. I asked you, do you like what you see? And do you like how it makes you feel? And I know most of you are going to say, I used to. It doesn't feel the same way. It doesn't look the same way. Okay, so what's the problem? Did it change or did you change? Because it's apparent to me that something changed. But we're too busy going through life, we don't take a moment to figure out what's changing and what has changed. So I'm asking you, the things that are outside of you, that's around you, did it change or did you change? Because if I had to put my finger on it, I would say that you have changed. People, they can change, but places and things, they typically don't change. They may get older, but they don't change. So if you have some things around you, people, persons, places, things, that you don't particularly care for as much as you used to, and it doesn't make you feel as great as it used to, then why in the hell do you still have it around you? Oh, you're waiting for it to raise its hand and say, hey, I used to make you happy. I don't make you happy anymore. I think it's time for you to get rid of me. Is that what you're waiting for something to do? You're waiting for your chair, your bed, your clothing, whatever you have around you. Are you waiting for that to slap you in the motherfucking face and say, hey, I used to make you happy, but I no longer make you happy. Because you know it's not going to do that. So the question I have for you is, how come you don't know that you've changed? How did you miss that point? How did you miss that beat? How could you be unaware of the fact that you have changed? How is it that you don't know that something used to bring light, radiance into your life? It's collecting dust. It's of no significance or importance to you anymore. And the most important question is, why are you still holding on to things that you have outgrown? Why? Does it give you security? Does it give you comfort? What exactly is it giving you? Because if it's not making you happy, I can guarantee that you're not paying much attention to it. And since you're not paying much attention to it, naturally you won't notice it. And if you're not noticing it because it doesn't make you happy, then clearly it's like putting something in a closet or putting a sheet over something that you ignore. So why do we have this pattern of ignoring or locking away or sweeping away the things in our life, not paying attention to it and not handling our business? That's what it boils down to, not handling our business. When you wake up in the morning, most of everything you see should make you grateful and happy to wake up and be alive and to start your day. And if you're waking up in an environment with people, places, things that don't make you feel your best, that don't make you want to start your day, I would say you're starting your day the wrong way. That's why most of us are fucked up and roll out the wrong side of the bed every day, because we're not paying attention to the little details. We're not paying attention to our foundation of the day to make us the best person we can be, so that when we step outside our door, we are bringing our best at all times. Because when we're at our best at all times, guess what we're going to do? We're naturally going to bring the best out of others. So if we're coming out of the house lackluster, half-ass, don't want to do it, going through the motions, then what do you think you're going to encounter in life? You're going to encounter the same thing or worse. So how do we get more self-aware about who and what we're surrounding ourselves with? I would say pay attention to how you feel. We all know when we hear our favorite song, our favorite food, we see someone hot and sexy as hell that we basically want to slide down their pole and have a ball with. We know how that feels. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. It gives you life. You think I'm impractical to expect you to feel excited about life? I think you're impractical not to want to aim high in life. Why would you want to aim low? That's what I said. Aim low. Who taught you to aim low in life? Because if you aim low, you're going to receive less than low. So naturally, you want to aim high so you can receive the best as possible. Or you don't think that's possible. Well, it's only a matter of your perception, your perspective, your worthiness. Why are you aiming low in life? You got this excuse. Yeah. Mind over matter. You can't change what's on the outside of you until you change what's on the inside of you. What do you think about that? Outside? No, outside doesn't come first. Inside comes first. But if you need to fix the outside to help you change the inside, you may do that also. So why do we ignore what's around us? Why do we ignore what is no longer working for us? Why do we ignore it? I think it's fear. I also think it's laziness. We get comfortable, we get in the rhythm, we get complacent. And we really don't want to uproot or change anything unless it's a disaster, unless it's completely falling apart. Now, I would say that's not a very proactive way to live life. That's a very reactive way to live life. When you're reacting, you don't have any control. You're basically life's bitch. That's what I said because that's what you heard. You are life's bitch. Now, I don't know too many people. There are some, okay? But I don't know too many people who likes being someone's bitch. Now there are those of us who get off on that shit. Another kink, another fetish, whatever. I'm not talking about that today. That's another day. But today, I am talking about why are we allowing ourselves to be life's bitch? You're saying, what can I do about it? Life happens, shit happens. Yeah, life happens, shit happens. It's always going to be the case. You don't have any control over that. But what you do have control over is you. What you think, how you react, what you do, what you don't do. You hold the reins of you. So are you holding your reins? Or have you thrown them away in hopes that someone else will grab those motherfuckers for you and help get control of your life? Which one is it? Are you the boss or is someone else your boss? Because if you're sitting here telling me life happens, life is always going to happen. Life is happening to everyone. So you can consider that to be a non-factor. But what's most important, what's the critical point, is you. Why don't we want to take control of our lives? Why don't we want to grab the reins of our life? And you're saying, I got a job, I have a career, I'm going to school, I'm doing this, this, and this. Yada, 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 yada. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about our thoughts. I'm talking about our feelings. I'm talking about our reactions. I'm talking about that stuff that you hide while you're doing your job, your career, you're fronting and you're posing on Instagram and you're doing all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the stuff that you don't show. I'm talking about the feelings that you don't want anyone to know that you have, that you try to sweep away, that you try to bottle up, that you ignore. I'm talking about those things. Are they controlling you or are you controlling them? Because it's clear to me that it's controlling you. You want to know why it's controlling you? Because if you have some things around you in your environment that you don't like, it makes you uncomfortable, it makes you stagnant, it doesn't make you feel your best. Then I asked you, why wouldn't you remove those things from your life? And I came down to laziness and being complacent. Now, why would you want to be lazy and complacent? Because if to remove that, you would have to acknowledge the fact that it no longer brings you joy. And then in order to acknowledge that something doesn't bring you joy, you have to actually take a moment to think about, why is this not bringing me happiness? Why is this making me feel uncomfortable, sad, depressed, lonely? You have to think about that. Now, who wants to go to that side of the park? Who wants to go in that closet? No one wants to go on the dark side. You want to ignore that. So if you don't touch it, it doesn't bother you. If you ignore it, it doesn't bother you. But you and I both know that that's not the truth. We seem to think that we can run. We can't run. We seem to think we can hide. We can't hide. How are you going to hide and run for you? Listen to what I just said. How are you going to run or are you going to hide from you? Aren't you with you all the time? Or do you leave you and go someplace else? Tell me where you are. You are with you all the time. So how has it that you have segmented yourself? You're not in touch with yourself. Part of you is living this life that doesn't make you happy. And the other part of you, you keep trying to shut that motherfucker up. You keep trying to shove it in the closet. You keep trying to get rid of it. That's called a double life. Actually, that's not even a life. That's a self-imposed prison. Back on topic though. To acknowledge that something doesn't bring you happiness, you have to look at the reasons why. And why does looking at the reasons why does that scare you? Why does that intimidate you? Why? You think it means you're less than? You think it means you're not worthy of? Why? Why do we have the inclination not to turn around and look at who we are completely? Who we are completely. The dark side, the light side, why not? You're not worthy of love. You're not worthy of care. You're not worthy of receiving. What is it that makes us believe that we cannot look at the other parts of ourselves? Why do we seem to believe that we have to be perfect? Why? You think that you won't have friends, you won't have family members, you won't receive, you won't achieve. What is it that you seem to think that will happen to you if you turn around and shine a light on those aspects of yourself that you tried to hide from the world? And that's why you feel empty and hollow. You feel empty and hollow because you have cut away half of yourself. You ignore it. You sweep it on the rug. You pretend like the shit doesn't exist. And you want to know why you don't feel complete. We all want to feel complete, grounded, solid. Well, in order to do that, in order to be that, in order to have that, you have to embrace all of you. And you create the environment that you're around. Now, sometimes we are born or in circumstances that, one, we did not choose, or two, we got in and it contorted itself to something that doesn't benefit us. But all that signifies to me is an opportunity. You see, people don't like endings, but to me, endings is a new beginning. If something is ending, that means it no longer works for me. It means that it served its purpose. It means it's time for it or whoever to move on to the next person. That means I'm done. That means I've graduated. That means I need to move on. That means I need to upgrade. So why do we stay with person, places, or things that you know damn well that you're done with? How many of you went from 5th grade to middle school, from middle school to high school? A number of us. Did you say once you reached the 9th grade, you know what? I think I'm done and I'm going to stay in 9th grade for the rest of my life. No. When you finished that schooling, when you were done with 9th grade, you knew, and I know, that you should have gone on to 10th, 11th, 12th, and some of us on to college. So why is it okay for us to progress when it comes to getting education, but we don't think we need to progress personally, spiritually? Our mindset is all wrong, completely wrong. That's why I'm here. To help expand your mind, to break those molds and boundaries that's been built around us by others and by ourselves. It doesn't make any sense. We should be living life fearlessly, carefully but fearlessly, overcoming each obstacle, hindrance. We should be navigating that around that like a professional motherfucking figure skater, gliding through life. But we get stuck because we choose to get stuck. And sometimes we get stuck by circumstances outside of ourselves. But if you get stuck, this for a reason. That means you're supposed to stop, look, and listen to what it is that's going around you and trying to figure that shit out as soon as possible. Because the sooner you figure it out, the sooner you integrate and learn what you need to learn, the things naturally go away. They just move out of your way. But once you learn it, you got to implement it and practice that shit every day. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself back in the same cycle, the same pattern. So let me go back to my original question. Do you like what you see? I've already established if you don't like what you see or what you feel external of you, I've already given you a clue of what you should be trying to do. But let's turn a little deeper. Let's go inside. Do you like what you see in regards to you? Who are you? Anytime someone asks, who are you? You want to give me a label. You want to give me this. You want to give me that. I don't want to hear that shit. I'm asking you, who are you? I want to know that deep, sick, twisted, perverted shit that you don't want to tell anyone. I want to know your fears, your insecurities, your anxiety. I want to know that. I want to know your imperfection. I want to know that. You say, why the hell you want to know that? Why don't I want to know that? Because that is you. All this other stuff that's picture perfect, Instagram ready, I don't want to know that. That may be you, that may not be you. But in order for me to connect with you, I have to know you. The imperfect you. The perfectly imperfect you. Will you show me? Can you show me? Do you know where to find that person? You say no. I say yes. I say yes. Because when it's quiet and it's still and you're all alone and you feel lonely, lost, misunderstood, disrespected, unappreciated, failing, losing, whatever. The list goes on and on and on. Unfulfilled, dissatisfied. Yeah, you know when you feel those things? That's you. That's you trying to speak to you, saying, you need help. I can help you. But the only way I can help you is if you turn around and look at me. And me would be you. Have I confused you? Let's try this again. I said when you're feeling all those deep, dark emotions. That is the moment, that is the time and place where you are exposed. Now you can be by yourself. You can be with your lover. You can be with your kids. You can be whatever. But it's those moments where you don't feel yourself. Where you think you don't feel yourself, but that's actually who you are. That's when you are truly present. That's when the real you is truly present. You see, but it's uncomfortable. It's painful. It's scary. It's unknown. You can't control it. That's the person you want to get to know. That is the part of you that has your greatest gifts. Your greatest secrets are your greatest gift. If you feel alone, if you sit and listen, you will tell you why. If you feel unfulfilled, if you sit, look, and listen, you will tell you why. Why do we need to go to someone else to have them tell us about us? We don't need to go to anyone else. All we need to do is shut the fuck up and listen to us. Listen to you. Listen to you. But we got this habit of not listening to ourselves, not trusting our gut, not listening to our heartfelt desires. So that voice has got fainter and fainter and fainter, and it's hard to hear. That voice won't get louder until it trusts that you will listen to him or her, that you respect him or her, that you appreciate him or her. Because when you start to appreciate, respect, acknowledge that part of you, you'll be amazed at how your loneliness and all these other dark emotions you have, they will start to subside. They will start to disappear. You only feel those things because you are incomplete. You are hollow. You are segmenting yourselves and hiding different part of yourselves because you're afraid about what other people think. You're afraid about what other people may say. Guess what? People always going to have a thought or something to say about you. They always are. Someone is not going to like something about you. Someone is, it's inevitable. So the sooner you can embrace the fact that most people, a lot of people, are going to have something negative to say about you, when you embrace that, people are not going to like me, they're not going to accept me, that's half the battle. The other part is not giving a fuck what they say or what they think. Because even though everyone's entitled to an opinion, you're also entitled not to give a fuck about what they say or think. Listen to what I said. Just because someone thinks something about you, just because someone said something about you, that's none of your business. Even though you are the topic of discussion, what they say, what they think, what they feel about you is none of your business. It's their business. And since it's their business, you really shouldn't give a damn. You should be more focused on how you feel about you, what you think about you, what you do about you. You are your business. What other people think about you, not your business. What other people say about you, not your business. What other people feel about you, not your business. It's not your business. You are your business. Complicated and simple. You're saying, how can I not care about what other people think? Well, easily. You choose not to. You choose not to. Because when you stop caring about what other people think, about what other people feel, about what other people say, that opens up a world of opportunity for you. It clears your path to living and being your truth. We spend so much of our time and energy diverting ourselves in a direction that we have no control over, that we actually forego. We forfeit our own personal power. We give the reins of ourselves over to others. And that's why we keep that self-perpetuating, self-defeating cycle of hiding who we are, of pretending not to be who we are, of not liking what we like. Everybody likes something. Everybody dislikes something. And I guarantee you, most people have something that's not right or perverted that's going on within them that they don't want to acknowledge and they don't want to admit. That's a part of human nature. There is something for everybody. There is someone for everyone. But the point is, when you stop wasting your energy on looking around you and start spending your energy on looking on what's inside of you and embracing who you are and surrounding yourself with people, places, and things that basically uplift you, your whole life starts to change. You go through a cocoon, you come out that cocoon like a butterfly. Or you can rise like a phoenix. You can choose whatever metaphor you want. But it gives you a feeling of power. It gives you a feeling of comfort. It gives you certainty. It gives you clarity. It gives you charisma. It gives you magnetism. When you know that there's always going to be someone who does not like you, and you're always going to know there's going to be someone who has something to say about you, you could just let that stuff flow off of you like water on a duck's back. Let that shit go. Let it go. Let it flow. It can't stop you. They can't stop you unless you allow them or it to stop you. So you're saying, if I look into myself and I look to the dark aspects, it's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a new frontier. It's going to be something that you are not familiar with. But you will start to transform. You will start to transmute, and your life outside of you will start to change. You say, well, how do I embrace myself? Well, you just do it. It's like a mother's love. You just do it. You take all of you, all parts of you, all sick, twisted, demented, whatever issues you think you have, and you embrace all of you. You own it. Because when you're able to do all that, it makes you attractive as fuck. When you own who you are, you know who you are, and you can show that, it makes you so enticing. It makes you addictive. It makes you magnetic. People are drawn to you. They're mesmerized by you. They're intrigued by you. They don't know why. They don't know how. But your whole energy, your whole aura changes. Now, I'm not saying you go around doing things to cause harm or to hurt people intentionally or without their permission. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, do you be you? Do you be you? People can take it or they can leave it. If they don't like what they see, guess what? They can turn their head. Why should you cower away? Why should you hide? Why should you deny? Why should you be deprived? There's enough air, space, abundance in this world for all of us. So why should we hide our unique abilities? Why should we hide our gifts and what we have to bring to this world? We shouldn't. And we need to stop. So when I ask you, do you like what you see? What I'm really asking you, do you like how you feel? We go through life basing our judgments on how things look. I'm asking you to go through life based on how things make you feel. Feel. You know how the best sex of your life, it blows your goddamn brains out? Yeah. How does that feel? It feels fucking fantastic, doesn't it? Yes. Good. That's what I want you to inculcate. Have that a part of your life in all respects. I want your heads fucking popping like balloons all the time. That's the type of life we should strive to have and balance to keep. That's what we should do. That's what our focus should be. Feeling like everything in our life is like having a fucking mind-blowing orgasm over and over and over again. Now, for those of you who have never had one, that's a different subject, but you can imagine what it's like. If you can't, pull up a porno video, look at someone faking it or making it happen, and then go off of that. You want to feel liberated. You want to feel free. You want to feel your spirit. You want to feel alive. And you cannot do that unless you are in tune with your heartfelt desires. You are in tune with your spirit. you are on your life's path, your life's purpose, and you're trekking down that road. When we go through major upheaval, we go through major change, it's for a reason. It means a number of us are not where we're supposed to be, who we're supposed to be with, doing what we're supposed to do, or getting in touch with ourselves. And it's unfortunate that we have to go through tumultuous, traumatic circumstances in order for us to get in alignment with why we are on this earth. Now, unbeknownst to you people, we're supposed to be here on this earth to make this a better place for ourselves and for everyone else around us. But if we're lying, denying, depriving, making excuses for not being the best version of ourselves, then we're going to expect other people to be as miserable as fuck as us. And we're going to strive to hold other people back. So I'm saying liberate yourself and stop worrying about other people and let us all be the stars that we are. We don't have just one star in the sky. We have many stars in the sky. And they all shine in their rightful place. And one star shining doesn't take away from the shine of another star. So let's stop blocking other people's light. And let's start radiating and maximizing our own light so we can do our part. Let's teach other people how to be the brightest stars by us, me, you, being the brightest star ourselves. Let's lead by example. Now, I don't know what you're hiding. I don't know what you're avoiding. I don't know what you're denying. Only you can answer that. But I can guarantee you, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It may feel like it, but it's not. Anytime you feel discomfort, sadness, loneliness, and pain, don't give in to that. Stop it. Say no. You say no to you. No. And you twist that, change that into something that's more empowering and something that's going to uplift you. So when I say, do you like what you see? I would love to have the opportunity to hear yes. Because we're not supposed to be perfect. We're supposed to be balanced. We're supposed to be uplifted. And we're supposed to be open and willing to learn and adjust and to grow to be the best versions of ourselves at whatever point we are in our lives. That's what we should be doing. Now you're saying, where do you begin? You know where you begin? This is how you begin. I take me as I am. And whatever comes up, you thank yourself for sharing and you acknowledge it and you listen to whatever it brings up. If it brings up sadness, so be it. If it brings up anger, so be it. If it brings up shame, so be it. If it brings up guilt, so be it. It's okay. Let that stuff come up and then let it go. Don't hold on to it. Don't claim it. That's what I said. Whatever emotions and thoughts come up, you tell yourself thank you for sharing. You acknowledge it, you listen to it, and you release it. We like to hold on to shit that we shouldn't hold on to, and we just weigh ourselves down. We got to stop those tendencies, self-defeating, self-destructing tendencies, and learn a new way, a better way, a lighter way, a happier way to live life. So this is all I have for this week. I will be back with you all again soon. I hope you learned something. If not, whatever. Just come back again and listen to me, and I will speak to you again. Until the next time. Are you disappointed this has come to an end? Well, it doesn't have to. Reach out and follow me on Instagram at Difficult and Demanding, and let me know what you think about this episode and my show. Episode 84 is here the week of April 6, 2020 from Difficult and Demanding.